Welcome my YouTube channel Laurin Insights *. A woman will never approach you and announce, "I've decided I want you." Do something about it before I reconsider. That's not how female communication appears. But here's what does happen, and this is the part most men completely overlook. Women communicate intention through physical signals that bypass language entirely. I'm talking about a nonverbal vocabulary that women have been using forever to transmit a mystical message. I'm open to act on it. If you miss these signals, she won't repeat them. She simply redirect the energy elsewhere towards someone who's actually paying attention. Here's a method that'll probably frustrate you. Research published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that women send an average of 5 attraction signals before a man notices even the first one, 5. That means by the time you think she might be interested, she's already been broadcasting it through her body language for the past 20 minutes. And the most revealing signals come from her hands. Not her eyes, not her smile, her hands. Because hands are the one part of the body most people forget to consciously control. Your face can manufacture a polite expression. Your walk can fake enthusiasm, but your hands betray what's actually happening beneath the surface every single time. Today, I'm breaking down 8 hand gestures that reveal when a woman has decided she's attracted to you. 8 physical signals that most men walk right past without a clue. And fair warning, once you learn this, you can't unlearn it. You'll start seeing the signals everywhere at coffee shops, at work, on dates, and the pressure is on. Because now you'll know exactly when she's chosen you. The only question left is whether you're ready to act on it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which gestures mean "I'm interested," which ones mean "escalate now," and which ones mean you've already missed your window. Stick with me through every point because that 81 is the most critical, and it's the one that separates men who capitalize on attraction from men who go home wondering what went wrong. Where are you watching from? By the way, drop your location below. I'm Isabella and I want to know where y'all are tuning in from. Alright, let's get into the 8 signals. Signal 1. The hair touch with dissent. Let me start with one almost every woman does without conscious awareness. When a woman is attracted to you, her hand will move toward her hair. But here's the detail nobody explains. It's not just any hair touch. There's a specific variation that signals genuine attraction. She'd reach up, touch her hair near the side of her face or behind her ear, and then let her hand slowly descend down to her neck or collarbone. That trailing motion is the key. A woman who's just adjusting her hair will touch it, fix it, and move on. A woman who's attracted to you will let her hand linger. She slows the movement down deliberately. She's subconsciously drawing your attention to her neck, which is one of the most vulnerable parts of the human body. In psychology, exposing the neck is a primal trust signal. She's essentially communicating to your subconscious, "I feel safe with you. I'm open to what might happen here." Dr. Monica Moore at Webster University spent over 2,000 hours observing women in social environments. And she documented that the hair touch combined with neck exposure was one of top 3 most reliable indicators of female attraction. That's an enormous amount of observation backing up this pattern. So if she's sitting across from you and her hand keeps floating up to her hair and drifting down to her neck, that's not nervous energy. That's an invitation. And if you don't respond to it, if you just keep talking about work or sports without acknowledging the shift in energy, she's going to assume you're not picking up what she's putting down, and she'll emotionally withdraw from the interaction. Signal 2. The object displacement. This one is subtle, and most men have zero awareness. Even when a woman starts slowly running her fingers along an object, the stem of a wine glass, the edge of a coffee cup, the corner of a menu, the strap of her bag, she's doing something psychologists call tactile displacement. She wants to touch you, but the social context doesn't allow it yet. So her hands transfer that impulse onto the nearest available object. Think about that for a second. Her body is so drawn to you that it has to touch something just to manage a physical tension building in the interaction. Research from the University of Manchester found the tactile displacement behaviors increasedly over 60% when a person is in the presence of someone they find attractive. 60%, her fingers tracing slow patterns on theorem of her glass isn't boredom. It's barely contained desire expressed through a safe proxy. And here's the part that's almost comical. Most men see this and think absolutely nothing of it. They assume she is just fidgeting. No, she's managing attraction she can't directly express yet. The object is just a stand-in because she can't exactly react across the table and run her fingers along your forearm 15 minutes as seen to meeting you. Well, she could, but that brings us to the next signal. Signal 3, the arm contact initiation. When a woman deliberately tells your arm during conversation, she's crossed a significant threshold. Physical touch is the most intentional signal in a woman's communication arsenal because it requires her to override her personal space boundaries. Women don't casually touch people they're not attracted to. If she places her hand on your forearm while laughing at something you said, that's not accidental. If she taps your shoulder to emphasize a point, that's not just animated communication. That's her testing the waters. She's checking how you react to her touch. Do you lean into it? Do you pull back? Do you reciprocate? Your response tells her everything she needs to know about whether it's safe to continue escalating. A study from Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin showed that light touch during conversation enhances perceived attractiveness by nearly 40% in both directions. Meaning when she touches you, she is not only signaling that she finds you attractive, she is also making herself more attractive to you in that moment. Women instinctively understand this. That light touch on your arm is one of the most calculated and effective moves in the entire female playbook. And yes, I said calculated. Women know exactly what they are doing when they initiate a physical contact. If she touches your arm once, she's interested. If she touches it twice, she's very interested. If she touches it 3 times, and you still haven't reciprocated or escalated, she's going to start questioning whether you're even picking up what she's communicating. Signal 4, the open palm display. This one flies completely under the radar, and it might be the most revealing signal of all. When a woman shows you her open palms during conversation, whether she's gesturing while talking, resting her hands on the table with palms facing upward, or handing you something with a deliberate palm-up presentation, she's communicating openness and trust on a subconscious level. Closed palms, clenched fists, hands tucked under the table, or hidden in pockets. These outside your guarded energy, self-protection, emotional distance. Open palms facing you is the body's way of saying, I have nothing to hide. I am completely receptive to you right now. Evolutionary psychologists trace this back to early human behavior where showing open palms signified the absence of weapons and the presence of peaceful intention. It's a deeply hardwired trust signal. So when she's sitting across from you talking with animated open palm gestures, she's not just expressive by nature. She's literally opening herself up to you emotionally and psychologically. And here's what makes this even more powerful. Most women do this completely unconsciously. She's not thinking, let me display my palms to signal receptivity. Her body is doing it automatically because her attraction to you has activated a trust response can't consciously override. Signal 5, the finger graze contact. Now we're getting into territory where she's practically spelling it out for you. If a woman finds a reason to touch your hand, whether she's playfully comparing hand sizes, jokingly reading your palm, or deliberately brushing her fingers against yours when passing you something, she's made her decision. Hand-to-hand contact is one of the most intimate, non-romantic touches they Texas. Hands have one of the highest concentrations of nerve endings in the entire body. When her fingers graze yours, both of your brains release a small surge of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. She feels it, you feel it, and she knows you feel it. This is where so many men fumble the moment. She creates this electric point of contact, this tiny bridge between her body and yours, and instead of holding the moment, instead of letting his fingers linger against hers for even 2 extra seconds, the guy pulls his hand away like he touched something hot. And just like that, the spell breaks. The opportunity closes. When she touches your hand, stay there. Don't flinch. Don't rush. Let that contact breathe for a moment. If you can hold that moment with calm confidence, she recognizes that you're someone who isn't afraid of intimacy, who isn't afraid of connection. And that confidence is often the thing that makes her think, yeah, this is the one. Signal 6. The wrist exposure. The inner wrist is one of the most vulnerable areas of the body. The skin is thin, veins are visible, and historically it's been a point of extreme vulnerability. When a woman exposes her inner wrist to you, resting her arms on the table with wrist facing upward, adjusting her bracelet and letting her wrist linger in your line of sight, or resting her chin on her hand with wrist turned toward you, she's sending a deeply primal signal of trust and receptivity. This comes straight from evolutionary biology, exposing vulnerable body parts too.